Hey, what's up everyone? My name's Zach and welcome to the ZVP Show. If you want to learn more about personal finance, building your wealth through real estate, or how to be successful at your 9 to 5 job, you're at the right spot. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects of all time, and that's real estate investing. Here's a couple of reasons why I really enjoy real estate investing. You can gain appreciation over time through your properties. Additionally, you can use depreciation as a tax benefit. You're able to depreciate your property over 27 and a half years, which you can use as a tax write-off. Next, it's a great way to be able to build your net worth through equity. And then last but not least, you're able to generate cash flow, which is an additional stream of income. And with pros, there's always cons. So here are some of the cons of real estate investing. When you first start out, you usually have to self-manage properties, which can be tough and very time-consuming. It requires you to do screening on all your tenants, and you have to get very familiar with rental laws for your state. Next, it can have a high upfront cost for saving for your down payment for your properties. And last but not least, it can be seen as a somewhat non-liquid asset. But in all reality, most of those cons can be handled, so I see more upside than issues with investing in real estate. So for instance, you can get a property manager that will handle all your properties, so you don't have to self-manage them. They'll handle your screening and also your lease agreements. And depending on what strategy you use, you can minimize your upfront costs. And as you gain equity from your property, you can actually leverage that equity through something called a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit. So that's kind of like having cash in your hand. And I'll dive into more detail on those topics in a later video, but here are some of the best real estate investing strategies for anyone looking to get started. And just as a disclaimer, these strategies aren't ranked in any particular order. So the first real estate investing strategy is house flipping. This is kind of like what you see on HGTV. You purchase a property that needs some work, you perform the repairs and fix it up, and then you turn around and sell it. Some of the pros to a house flipping strategy, if done right, you can have actual cash in your hand and it can be very profitable. Also, it can generate income that can ultimately offset the income from your job, so you can do this full time. But here are some of the cons to the house flipping strategy. Usually it requires a 20% down payment, and that doesn't include the repairs. And since the house is usually held for less than 12 months, you'll have to get an investment loan versus a conventional 30-year loan, so the interest rates might be higher. Also, you'll have to pay short-term capital gains, which will eat up a portion of your profit. The next strategy is house hacking. So this is where you purchase a property that also produces an income, such as a multifamily building where you rent out the other units while you live in one, or even buying a single-family home and you rent out the extra rooms. This ultimately reduces or eliminates your housing expenses. Here's some of the pros to a house hacking strategy. You can end up purchasing a property with as little as 3.5% down. This is because it'll be an owner-occupied property. Next, either most or all of your housing expenses will be eliminated by generating rent from your extra units or rooms. Also, this is an easy way to start learning the landlording business. And after you lived in the property for a year or two, you can turn this into a long-term rental. One of the biggest cons of the house hacking strategy is that you have to deal with tenants or roommates. The third strategy is live in then rent. This is just simply buying a property, living in it for a couple of years, and then when you go to move, instead of selling it, you turn it into a rental. And here are some of the pros to that strategy. This also has a low entry cost for a down payment. You can buy a property like this for as little as 3.5% down. Also, you don't have to deal with tenants next door or roommates. And this is an easy way to start building up a small portfolio of rentals. But one of the biggest cons with this strategy is that you're paying 100% of the housing expenses, since no rent is being generated. The next strategy is live in flip. This strategy involves buying a home that you move into, you fix it up, and then you sell it for a profit. And some of the pros for this, like the flipping strategy, is that you can end up making a pretty good profit. If done right, by following the rules of the IRS, you won't have to pay taxes on your profits. One of the biggest cons for this strategy is that it'll usually require 10 to 20% for a down payment, plus the additional cost for remodeling. And the last strategy is the BRRRR method. BRRRR stands for buy, remodel, rent, refinance, repeat. If done properly, this can be a good way to build up a rental portfolio without running out of money. One of the pros of the BRRRR method is that if done right, you can end up pulling out your initial investment after you refinance. Additionally, this allows investors to snowball and grow their portfolio at a quicker rate. Here are some of the cons of the BRRRR method. There's no guarantee that you'll be able to pull your money back out after you refinance. This requires great planning and understanding of what money is needed to go into remodeling. Also, it's a higher risk strategy. And last but not least, it lowers your cash flow after refinancing, because your principal payment will be higher. Overall, there's a ton of different strategies out there, but in my opinion, these are the 5 best ones for anyone looking to get started in real estate investing. I've personally used a couple of these strategies for my own rental portfolio. Ultimately, I think real estate investing is one of the best ways to increase your net worth as well as produce an additional income. As always, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you find it helpful. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. I release content every Tuesday and Saturday.